you may be listening. Welcome to today's broadcast, guys. Well, please, as you're joining, please try to put a like, share, subscribe if you can. Thank you very much. All right. So, guys, why will someone build a house and then put certain things that will equally cost his or her debt in it? Like your house is now looking like a debt trap, you know? And sometimes people do it just because their friends did it. They also want to feel among, like, hey, I can have what you have, you know. So, does it really worth it? That's the question. Hmm? You see, in Nigeria, it's a common practice that when most people build houses, they put what they call POP, you know, even at the decking, they do it, which is very, very risky because you listen to news these days, you hear of it collapsing, even in hotels that have it. Some people have lodged in hotel and it collapsed on them. Sometimes they miss because sometimes it happens when they just leave the room and they hear a large bang, boom, the POP has collapsed from up. Now, a guy was setting up his camera just to record video as usual, a YouTuber in Nigeria, Lekki at that. My dear, what happened shocked him. The POP up collapsed, smashed. All right. A call came in, a direct call came in. All right, it's okay. So, guys, so the POP collapsed, and imagine he was there at that moment. It would have smashed him. And people would have said, oh, it's spiritual. It was sent from the village, from his father's compound. Oh, people will say because he's succeeding and someone has, maybe people that are jealous of him have now, like, gone spiritual. They have gone spiritual to kill him. But people will never point at the POP in the house. The stuff they put up as a ceiling or decking, POP, very dangerous, you know. And many landlords, house owners, they don't usually refortify this POP of a thing, like fortify it maybe every 3 years or every 7 years, because maybe for them they look at the cost. Because at a point, if you have to maintain it every 3 years or 4 years or 5 years, depending on the type you do, maybe as a then the price will keep increasing. So many landlords don't equally reinforce it. Even hotel owners, they don't reinforce it. And many have been saved by grace. Many have also experienced near death experience with this POP. Now, if you're about building house, your own personal house, I would advise you not to use POP. It's very dangerous and risky. Not just to only you yourself. What about your wife, your children, people that will be living with you? And even you as a person, you might go to visit a friend and the person has POP. Now you are sleeping, you'll be looking up. Will this collapse on me? Will it collapse on me? Because let me tell you, the truth is that most people that fix this POP of a thing, most of them are not experienced. They are not even certified. And government have to come into, to checkmate all these people that fix the POP of a thing, because even they that fix it for you cannot equally give you guarantee that it can last for 100 years or 200 years. No way. They can't even guarantee it for you. Even engineers that build houses for you, they cannot even call you after building. They will tell you, I guarantee you that this house will last for the next 100 years or 150 years. They cannot, you know. So, but well, I don't know why many Nigerians prefer this POP. Yes, people will say it beautifies the house, it makes it look nice. And so, what about the risk? People say it makes your house look cool. But if you have money, you can put air conditioning in your house. If you have the solar system there planted, it can the AC can help chill your house, cool it. So there are other things you can use apart from this POP, you know, unless you have the money to keep, you know, reinforcing it, making it, fortifying it more, maybe every 2 years or 3 years. And if you must put POP, make sure you use someone who is well experienced in it, someone who will not cut corners. Because some of these guys, when you give them money to go buy the materials, they don't use the right quantity, and some use cheap materials, for the POP, very cheap materials. And that's why sometimes after planting it 2 years time, it gets weak because sometimes rain finds its way yeah, and it gets weak and it could fall at any moment. Some of them even have cracks. If you have noticed, some in their houses or workplaces where they are POP, you see cracks on it. That's to tell you that it was not well done. And even people living abroad will tell you that even the whites, they don't have POP in their houses. So I don't know. The trend is much in Nigeria. There was a man just sitting outside at the lobby, I think there, balcony, just sitting there, and there was POP there. One of the POP collapsed on the wife's head, smashed her. She died on the spot. Because these are things you never expected to fall on you. You know, the woman never expected. The thing just fell, smashed her. And you know the next thing people will say, the husband have used her for rituals. Yes, it's common in Nigeria. When people die, the next thing is, oh, it's spiritual. Somebody have killed him, somebody have killed her spiritually. They blame it on spirits. Meanwhile, these are human errors, you know? Human errors. If the guy that planted the POP did it very well, it wouldn't have, collapsed on that woman. And again, there is no POP you will fix today that will stand the test of time, that will last for the next 500 years. Okay, let's even assume it will last for 100 years. Then what about your children's children, the ones that will live in that house after you? Hmm? What about them after that 100 years? Your children, that maybe the one that will inherit it or they'll use it as their village. Eh? What about them? Would they be safe? Okay, you will tell them to maybe pull them down and put new ones. It's not cheap to put POP. Is very expensive. Thank you. So it's quite expensive to change POPs. Very expensive. And if you're a tenant in a house that has POP, you start getting worried by now. What should I do? Should I quit should I leave this house, rent a house without POP? Because there is no guarantee. Even the landlord cannot tell you that the POP will not fall in the next 6 months or 3 months or 1 year or 2 years. Whatever happens to you there. Only you will suffer the consequences, or your children in the house, your family as a whole is at risk. Then some people have tiles. These tiles on your floor, the tiles you use in tying the ground, or of your house, tiles you use in tying the ground, or of your house, it's equally risky. Some people put a very smooth tiles, very smooth, and it can be so smooth that you can even there's a way you will walk and it will just slide you down, you fall, especially when there's a drop of water on it. So that's why even in your house you should use a rough tiles, the rough ones, the ones that have some frictions on it, not so smooth, but a bit rough, so that you hardly, fall on it. So why putting traps? In fact, it's just like building a house and you're putting traps in it. You build a house and you put traps in it. The same tiles that people put in their houses to beautify it has equally killed them. Many, after taking their bath, they just want to come down. Their feet is wet, and the floor of the bathroom is somehow wet because of the maybe they use hot water, the fumes or drops of water there. They just pew, fall. Before you know it, they hit their head somewhere. They die, or break their spinal cord, or break their neck, or break any part of their body bone. They break. So these are traps. So why don't you minimize the risk? Mhm. Minimize the risk. Because somehow, when you look at it, for everything humans have created in this world has equally killed humans. Is it knife? Is it fake? Is it whatever man has created has killed man as well, has killed people. So that's why you have to be very, very careful when putting certain things in your house which you call luxury. So the POP now is dropping like crazy in Nigeria. You hear news, POP fall in a hotel room, collapsed in this house, in that house, in this office. You now wonder what's the problem. So it's not better people stop putting it. It's better because some people, even when an experienced guy wants to fix the POP for them, the experienced guy will say, quote a big amount because he wants to do quality something, quality work. But the man who owns the house will be like, no, I don't have that kind of money. Then the guy will now say, okay, if you don't have that kind of money, I can, minimize. I can use other materials which are cheap also to do it for you. Then the man will say, yeah, 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 yeah. Get me that. I need the cheap one, the cheap one, please. And sometimes it could be vice versa. You could provide all the money needed for the quality job to be done. And then the guy who will plant the POP, fix it, will cut corners just to get more money for himself. Then he will do a crazy job for you, putting your own life in danger. And he doesn't care. To him, God has blessed him. Business is moving. But he doesn't care what happens after those, what will happen to them after maybe 2, 3, 5 years to come, you know? So the thing now is this, people have to keep praying. For people who already have it in their house or living as a tenant there, you have to just keep praying, 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 praying. Because some would love to change their own now, but where is the money? Some of them are thinking the cost, how much it will cost them to change the whole POP in their house, or the smooth tiles they have in their houses to put the ones that are a bit rough, which is better, you know. So even your bathtub where you do your shower, don't make it too much of a risk. Some bathtubs look so risky that if you don't control yourself while taking your bath, you can just fall from there, you know. So buy bathtubs that are less risky, easy to come out from because some people they are not that tall and the bathtub, the height is quite taller than them a bit. How would they come out? Whenever they want to come out, it's a problem. Most times, some people will tell you, if people start telling you stories of how many times they almost fell in the bathroom, you'll be like, wow. And many that fell don't usually escape. They either have bruise, broken bones, permanent disability, or they die. Any of those can befall them. So make your bathtub a less risky. Your bathroom should be less of a risk. Huh? Make the tiles in your bathroom to be the rough type. There is rough tiles. Those ones can be in the bathroom at least to make it okay for you as well and your family as a whole. You know. So what about people that have staircase in their house? Hmm. Some staircase look so horrible. Like even you yourself, when you see some staircase, you be like, "Ha, this one looks like a death trap." Just miss a step, you crash land. And you have children in the house who will who runs around all the time. So when putting certain things, consider the future, your children, even you yourself, because one day you will get old. You get old and your room is upstairs. And definitely you will need to come downstairs. And those staircases are made of ties. You put ties on them. Now you are old. Coming down, problem. You need somebody to help you come down. Because some at old age, some people their legs are shaking. Some people are now weak and flexible. They can just any small thing can just make them fall. So you are putting staircase in your house, make it look more safe, make the gaps wider, not those staircases that have little leg space for you to march on. Those ones are very risky, you know. And please, if you can put rugs on your staircase, fine, so that it will not be slippery. So that's that. Also, children that run around all the time, consider them as well because children run a lot. and they can jump a lot. So having dangerous staircase in your house could cause a lot of accident. So many have also died from the staircase in their own very house. So that's why I tell you, people build houses that equally took their life. They died from their own house, their own very house. The stuff they put in there was what took their life because they did not minimize the risk, you know? So it's advisable to do the needful. So when building house as a landlord, even as a landlord, a house owner who build houses to rent out to people, also try to understand to minimize the risk so that your tenants will not, die in your own house from accident of maybe falling from staircase in the house or the tiles in your house is too smooth, they match on it, maybe droplets of water there, they fall, smash. Some of them die, So lessen the risk, okay? Mhm. So, well, that's that about POP. So, when building houses, don't use POP. It doesn't make sense anymore at all because it has claimed a lot of lives. Imagine somebody just sleeping, enjoying his night, and then something big just fell from up and smashed on the person. How would the person survive it? You can't survive such a thing. Depending on the position you are lying down, imagine it smashes you on your belly or your chest or your neck or your head or your back. Maybe you may be lucky if it falls on your leg. Maybe only the leg, the bone there will break. But it's a horrible thing. Or you're just sitting down watching movie and something big from up, the POP falls on your head. The neck bone will just break. And that's it. You know? So um so for those that already have POP in their house, please if you can, if you have money, always reinforce it, refortify it, maybe every 2 years, and tell your children, in case you are no longer in this world existing, tell them to keep refortifying it. But for how long will you keep doing it? What if prices of things now goes up, inflation? The cost will be much higher to maintain. So it's better you start, maybe you can start from one corner of the house, maybe the rooms, especially that because the rooms are where people stay more. You sleep more longer in your room than your sitting room. So maybe you can start from the rooms, pull off all the POP in the rooms and put another design, maybe those ones made of wood or plastic. Those they are very beautiful designs like that, made of wooden board, well designed, or plastic ones, not those POP of a thing. So you can start pulling them out from one room to the next room according to how much you have. Yeah, you do it gradually. Before you know it, all the POP in the room is out. Then you start with the ones in the parlor, dining section, corridor. Uh-huh. Before you know it, it's over. It may not be something of 1 year. It might take you 2, 3, 4, 5 years, but you can do it gradually. But then, if you have all the money to rechange everything once and for all, then do it for your own good. You know, because definitely you will live to be very old, 80, 90, 100, and that POP may not live as long as you as well. Maybe their limit is just 10 years or 15 or 20 years. Hmm? And the prayer now is this: you'll be praying that may it not fall when you are in the house. Or if it will fall in the room, your prayer should be, let me be in the sitting room. If it will fall in the sitting room, let me be in the bedroom, relaxing, or in the bathroom, or in the kitchen cooking. So, for how long will you keep praying those kind of prayers? So, it's not better you just do the needful. So if you see anyone, your brothers, your friends, building a house, tell them please avoid POP trap. Why setting a trap for yourself? Okay, I'm out of here. I am Chi. Please like, share, subscribe. Tell me your thoughts in the comment section. Bye bye.